my guest, Angharad Trueman. She's the president-elect of Arla Property Mark and Group Lettings Director for Andrews. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Mint. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well, thank you. And today we're sort of putting on our hats as trustees of the Property Mark Trust to talk about a very special event that's going to be happening on September the 20th, where we're going to have some very special speakers, and amongst them is your good self. So
Yes.
tell us a little bit about what you're going to be talking about.
So I'm going to be talking about how we motivate ourselves and how we motivate our teams, because I think there's a sort of viewpoint with estate agency teams and lettings teams that you've got to throw cash at them to get them to do something. But I don't necessarily think that's true. I think motivation comes in many different forms. And so I'm going to be talking a little bit about my journey to motivation and also some tips on how I have been able to motivate teams through different methods over the years within property.
So I'm presuming, therefore, it's about finding that value that people, making people feel valued within your teams as well.
Yeah, definitely.
In a seamless segue over to your work at Property Mark, as an outsider, if you like, looking in, I always find that it's amazing that you've got this support network there of people, and how you do quite a good job of making people feel valued within that team structure, that organizational structure as well. Property Mark Trust is obviously quite a good embodiment of all of that, because you're there to help those members. So having been such a central part of Property Mark for so long, what does now being a trustee at the trust mean to you?
I think for me, the trust, it does such important work that isn't always talked about. We say that the Property Mark Trust is Property Mark's best kept secret, which I think is really true. There are people within Property Mark, not even just members, execs who until recently weren't that sure what Property Mark Trust does. And I've only been involved in it a short time, just this year, and already I've seen some amazing examples of help that the trust has given to people who are in need, who are at really difficult times in their lives, and they don't know who to go to, they don't know who to ask for help. So I've already seen many examples of that happening, and also of all the trustees really caring about them and coming together to make a decision on how we can help them. So that's been amazing, actually, is really giving back to people in our industry. But the trust also does a lot of work with regards to qualification, with supporting people to be able to be qualified, to be able to be Property Mark members. So there's two arms that the trust does, and it does very well. And for me, I'm so honoured to be a part of it, to be a trustee, and to actually help it get to the next step now, because that's what we need to do. And one of our problems now is that because we're starting to talk about Property Mark Trust more, we're actually getting more people coming to us and ask for help, which is fantastic. That's what we exist for. But what we also need to do now is the fundraising, because we want to help people, but we don't want to run out of money. So this is where PropX comes in. Very exciting event. Can't wait to do it. It's been really exciting being involved with organizing it, and it's going to be amazing. So I would urge everyone to book their tickets soon. They're also really, really reasonably priced when you think about all the other conferences that we have to go to all year. So
it's fantastic value, and you are there for a day of inspiration and learning, rather than just being sold to or being hyped up for awards, which has its place, but that will be a very different day. And I think it's amazing to know that all the profit raised out of this is going straight to worthy causes. The venue itself is superb. If anyone's ever looking for a really good estate agent that can help them find the right venue, Toby Martin has found this gem for us in the middle of Birmingham. So it's in a really nice sort of central position. But it's actually sort of it's an IMAX cinema. So it's awesome, isn't it?
It's going to be incredible. It's going to be so different to any property event that people have been to. The venue is awesome. Toby's done such a good job of finding that, and I think he's been there. He's driven around the country. He wanted to find somewhere that was going to be really easy to get to for people, that was potentially outside London, because we know a lot of our conferences are in London. It's expensive to go there. So yeah, he's done an epic job with finding that. He's worked very hard. I mean, there's 5 of us involved in organising it, and I feel like Toby and Megan are clearly the ones taking the lion's shares of the work. But you know, me, you, and Sophie have also been helping out as well. So.
Yeah, no, Sophie's been amazing, and will continue to be on the day in an organizational capacity, because to keep me organized is a very, very tough job, and if I have to keep it all running, then we're in for a long day, ladies.
You are our compere, aren't you? So I am looking forward to you know, some interview gold going on from you on the stage.
Well, I'm hoping so.
Some one-liners, I think that'd be good. You know, a bit of comedy for the event.
Well, we're all looking forward to it. So thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, David.